Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How's everything going? Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well. Like I always say, hopefully, y'all having a wonderful time. God is good. God is good. God is good. And hopefully, prayerfully, y'all have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Utmost, most important thing, in my opinion. And with that said, we're going to get on with the show. And let's talk about it. As you come in, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. It don't cost you anything but to support the OG network. It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you a nickel. It don't cost you a dime. It just cost you a little bit of effort to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel to help support our efforts in building one of the greatest YouTube channels on YouTube. I ain't gonna say the greatest, but one of them. And it's gonna be the OG network. Because we're always showcasing different things on this channel. Of course, tonight we have Philly Talk, um, which is where me and Ant Like the Bug, look for people from the city of Philadelphia that are doing amazing things. I mean, they don't have to be rich and famous and all that other stuff. We just look for people from the city of Philadelphia, an average person, or maybe not so average, or maybe we consider below average. I don't know. As long as they're doing something positive and something meaningful, we welcome to the show and try to give them some type of platform or showcase who they are, what they're about, and what they're doing. And we try to let them tell their story the way they want to tell their story, um, as raw as they want to give it to. And we appreciate that. And that's tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those that may need to know. Um, Tomorrow we'll have Unfiltered Sports at 7 o'clock um, p.m. again, Eastern Standard Time, which is um, Delaware Dogs, the CEO of Delaware Dogs Basketball, will be on here Unfiltered Stuff, doing Unfiltered Sports, and he give it to you unfiltered, basically. You know what I mean? And then Wednesday we have Top to Bottom Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m., which is where the company that we have a partnership with, um, that make hair care products, skincare products, body wash, deodorant, and things like that, and they're not all non-toxic. They don't have no toxic chemicals in it. And what they do, they come in on Wednesday, sometimes live, sometimes pre-recorded, but they're always in the chat answering questions. If you have any issues when it comes to your skin, if you have any issues with your hair growth, um, things of that nature. And they also make candles, which I use their product and I buy their product on a regular basis. That's why I stand by what they do and how they do it, and I appreciate the support that they have given me, and I'm quite sure they appreciate the support that I've given them. But with that said, if you decide to check out the product, which is the link to the store is on this channel, all you have to do is hit the link and you'll be able to go to the channel. And if you put in OG Network 26, that's OG Network 26, you'll get a discount on all your purchases of $35 and up. And they make candles, hair care products, hair growth products, skincare products, all types of different stuff as it relates to the whole body. Externally, of course, not internally, but externally. And they make wonderful, great working product, body wash, deodorant, a slew of different things. And I think if you go check out the channel, you check out the product and use it, you're probably going to like it. And with that said, Again, OG Network 26 is the promo code you could use, and you'll get a 15% discount off of anything that you purchase of $35 and up. And that's what we do on Wednesday, right here on the OG Network. Thursday, again, we have Unfiltered Sports. Again, Friday, we have Fire on Fridays. And all of these shows are at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And except for the Fracker Show, which is what we do 12 o'clock noon on Sundays, which is just us getting on there and laid back, chilling, and just talking about whatever and making fun and jokes. And when people come in and troll, we troll them back. And it's a slew of different things that happen on the Fracker Show. So the Fracker Show is definitely something that's very unscripted, but one of the greatest shows that I think on YouTube, in my opinion. And, as time progresses, it will definitely catch on. But those are the shows that we do right here on the OG Network. Ron's opinion don't matter. And, of course, I do my show in the morning time. And then we'll continue to add things in as we progress and as the channel grows and as we get more support. We'll still continue in there, and eventually we'll get into a lot of other things. We have a lot of things that we're trying to do on this network. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. And we do have a strong YouTube family that we all support each other. These channels, World Away From Here, Queen Sackcloth, Out the Pit, Bam Bam, Ant Like a Bug, Fatacula Show. And the list just goes on. My Justice Runs on Diesel, Mental Raccoon, Glass. He makes a lot of the glass, different things with glass and marbles and stuff like that. Very talented. We all try to support each other's channel, watch each other's videos, and see what they're doing. But like I said, on the OG Network, we will continuously add new things in, add new programming in, different shows in. The intent is behind that is to give, is to grow the channel, of course, but also add things in as little by little by little by little. Color, box, case, box there, whoever you are, y'all be waking up these weird names. God bless you. T2, I've seen on here before. Time for a new Epstein to get you a new woman and introduce you to a new elite. Whatever you're talking about, I have no idea what the person talking about. They got some special stuff going on in their head. But whatever. My brother Out the Pit was going on. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, brother. Hopefully all is well with you and your family. Always got y'all in my prayers. And hopefully all is well with y'all. And that's what's up, man. Good to see you in the building. But as it relates to what else I was going to get into. And the subject in my head, because that's where it was at, in my head, was if you had an opportunity to start your own business, what would it be? That's what I was thinking about. Like that was what was in my head. And I said, and this is not like I got some great idea or whatever. I would just, if you had an opportunity right now and all the pieces were in place and you could start your own business, what would it be? We sponsor you, we see. The immaturity always shows up. Headed to work listening. Oh, that's what's up, bro. God bless you. Be safe out there, bro. Don't let him steal your ideas. You don't have to. Don't say anything. If you think it's something that you have a great idea, you don't have to. You know what I mean? The haters are always going to hate. I don't need nobody. Listen, I got 1,000 ideas in my head. One thing I don't need to do is steal somebody else's. That's the one thing I've never done and ain't going to do because I don't have to. See, when you got a relationship with God and you got access to the Creator, guess what? You never run out of ideas. You don't. He opens your mind up and expands your mind to a lot of different things. So one thing I never had to do was steal something from somebody else because I don't have to. It's not hating, it's guarding. Again, I didn't say anything about hating. I said if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to. See how choice is always there? See how choice is always there? You can choose not to. And you can choose to. Either way, choice is always there. Best to guard your idea than to give it to someone else to use it for their own thing. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But again, we talking hypothetical. We're not talking about idea, creativity, and stuff like that. Somebody might decide they want to do something that somebody is already doing, like start their own restaurant. So again, back to the question. Still back to the question of if you had an idea, right? You don't have to tell. That's your choice. And you had one opportunity to start your own business. It don't matter what it is. I mean, what would it be? What would it be? Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't have no sponsors. Jesus Christ is my sponsor. So I don't know what you're talking about. I appreciate when people help, donate, do whatever they do. But at the end of the day, Jesus Christ is my sponsor. I don't even know what you're talking about. But I'm not for all that. Right? One thing about me is I'm not tight cool with the Trump administration, tight cool with Democratic administration. I'm not really a fan of no politician, so I don't even care what you talking about. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you wouldn't love Trump. I love everybody. This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. I love everybody. Why? Because the Bible requires me to do that. Even if I don't like their ways, I love everybody. That is a biblical requirement. But here's the thing. Trump has mentioned Jesus Christ's name more than most people on it, more than every single person on the Democratic Party. Not only that, crazy part is if you look at what he has done politically, it all in lines with biblical principles. So why would I be mad at a man who is making decisions that in line with more biblical principles than the ones that were there prior? Like, what is a man? And what is a woman? Make that make sense. Democrats. Now I don't listen. One thing I don't want is I'm never going to look for somebody to financially sponsor me because I'm doing okay financially myself. You want to donate to the channel, you can donate to the channel and help me in my efforts. But one thing I'm never going to do, that's why I don't let banks and I don't put money and go to people for money for certain things, because when I have an idea in my head, I'm going to 100% do whatever I can do to finance it myself. Because one thing I've learned about when you go to people for money, if you're not prepared to deal with the fact that they're going to want to have some sort of control over what you have, and if you're not 100% okay with that, then it's best to try to do it yourself. And that's real talk. I'm just being honest with you. If you're not okay with the agreement that y'all have, then it's best to do it yourself. And if you're not prepared to do that, you better be prepared to accept the obligations of what somebody else is giving you or loaning you money. Now, so for me personally, I'm never going to. I like doing things on my own. Whatever it is, it's like if you building furniture, you want people to buy your furniture. You're providing a service, and they pay for it in return. You get to make the money, keep the profit, and do whatever it is that you're doing. But when people have a tendency that when they're giving you something, it's okay. That's just part of business. That's why I try to minimize help from other people, because if I have something I want to do, I want total control how to do it. But if I have to get help from someone else, and I got to be okay with the conditions in which they ask that I'm asking them for when it comes to help. Otherwise, don't do it. So it's like if I go to, let's say, my oldest brother, and I say to him, listen, I want to do A, B, and C. Do you have 10 grand to help me out? That won't come with some type of conditions. And he's going to make conditions on that. And if I'm not okay with the conditions, then I should not take the money. So that's where my point is. Sometimes you have to back out of certain things and stay away from certain things, because I don't want nobody controlling what I do as much as possible. Otherwise, you better be okay with it. Which is, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be okay with it if that's the case. But one thing about me is, if I do that, I'm going to make sure that whoever I do business with understand business. Fully understand business contracts and everything else. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. Democrats want to turn America into a Muslim country. I agree, and I agree with that's what they want to do, but I'm not okay with that. Not 100, nowhere near am I okay with that. And yes, I agree with that too. And I agree with that too. Just so you know, Trump approves your podcast. And I don't know what Trump do. I don't talk to Trump. I voted for Trump, but I don't talk to him. I have zero connections to Trump. I have none. I ain't never been in his presence. I ain't never been to the White House. The closest I've ever been to Trump is when I went to one of the rallies that he had in Philadelphia. And I did not go there so much for Trump. I wanted to see how much the media and the hype was lying about. And I got my answer. They said that all Trump supporters are racist. So I went around there to see where the racism was at, and I didn't find none. I'm not saying that there ain't no racists that might vote for Trump or support Trump. What I'm saying is, when I went around them, I didn't get that. And then I wanted to see how much the media was going to lie about how many people was there, and they gave me exactly what I thought they was going to give me. They lied. That was why I went. But as far as a connection, I have no connections to Trump whatsoever. Like, I'm not, policy. That's the part that I cared about. What he campaigned on. If we had another politician that campaigned on and had a record of actually trying to do what they wanted, what they said out of their head, what they campaigned on, if they had a record of doing what they campaigned on, then I would have voted for them if I agree with what they campaigned on. Otherwise, no. It don't matter if it was Trump or somebody else. You could have put somebody else in that place. If they would have ran on the same thing that Trump ran on, I would have voted for them. Problem is, I don't want to vote for no Democrats because because of the way that they are as a party. They don't care about America. They're trying to turn America into something else that I don't want it to be. I don't want America to be a Muslim country. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want America to be all this man can be a man, woman, and woman can be a man, and all this confusion that's going on and all this mental messed up stuff. I don't want none of that. So therefore, I can't support a party that I'm totally against. I'm never going to vote for them. I'm done with that. Because Democrats are not what they used to be. And I'm being honest with you, I don't know when it happened. But, and I think a lot of this happened, and much as people don't want to agree with me, I think a lot of this transpired when Obama came in office. A lot of stuff got shifted a certain way when Obama got in office, and we just sat back and we didn't realize what was going on before it was already they just thrust a whole bunch of it on it. Yeah. I mean, look at the front runner. I ain't going to say front runner, but look at what they kept trying to put up. Jasmine Crockett, AOC. Like, look at Kamala Harris, right? These are the candidates that they're trying to put on the forefront of an election. They want these type of people to run the country. These people can't even run their own life. Better yet, they put them up to try to put them in a predicament to run the country. Make that make sense. And see, this is where the political ignorance come into play. Is this? If we would have had somebody like Kamala Harris, first of all, we had Joe Biden, who his mental capacity was just gone, and we seen it. But they kept lying to everybody, saying he was okay, which we knew better than that. Like, okay, yeah, there's a certain point when you're looking at something, it is what it is. Now, I mean, we see what we see, we see. So for Joe Biden, we seen that he was not there already. And what happened in that process? All of these countries start taking even a further advantage of America. Look at all of the money that Ukraine got from America out of America because of somebody like Joe Biden. And people voted for that. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that many people voted for him, but whatever. And this is why you have to have American first leadership in the country. And listen, we even on the Republican side, we got some rhinos, and I want them out. Listen, midterms are coming up. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not even a fan of some of the Republicans we have right here in Pennsylvania. I voted for them because I voted down Republican line because I was hoping to make Trump's job easier. The problem with this is that we still have retarded Republicans in there that they're not reading the room. And I hope that we get rid of all of these rhino Republicans out of office and get some real, true American first Republicans in office straight up, because we got too many of them in there that's been there way too long and they still not getting the picture. All of the great stuff that has happened so far, and they're still fighting against things that work. That means that they don't even have the mental capacity to do the job that they're doing. But yet we keep hiring them. Yeah, it is. I agree. It is a mental disorder. Yep. The money that they stole from somebody like this. Yeah, he does. And listen, and my thing is this is that, and if you live in a country, like I live in America, right? I like a lot of about America, and there's some stuff about America I'm not too crazy about. But if a whole bunch of people are coming over into your country trying to take advantage of what you have, then you had to look at that picture and say, wait a minute, maybe America is a lot better than I think it is. Maybe somebody's hiding something from me that they see that I don't see. And listen, don't get me wrong. I have no intention of going to no other country. I don't want to be a part of no other country. I ain't leaving to go to no other country. I'm just not. I'm okay right here in the country to have, but that's why I want my country to stay, be the way it is, America first. And all this other stuff that they keep trying to introduce and push on us, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. That's why I want these Republicans out of office that are giving Trump a hard time to get things done the way that he's trying to get done. They so busy trying to kiss up the Democrats, or in my opinion, steal money, because I think most of it is just a matter of theft. Waterly leering, sir. That's why I love Puerto Rico. Hey, listen, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing. I think, I'm not saying that you're from Puerto Rico, but my thing is this is that when if you love your country, you should want the best for your country. If you live in your country, you should want the best for your country. You should not be, if these people that keep coming over here are so great like these liberals say that they are, then why are they running from their country? This is the part that I never understand. If liberals think that these people coming across the border are so great and so wonderful, why aren't their country so great and wonderful and they're over there staying, and then they say, oh, they're under tyranny and stuff like that. All right, fight back. So this is why America has a Second Amendment, to give us the ability to fight back. If we can't fight back by protesting, it's all means necessary. The thing everybody seems to fail to realize is that, listen, weapons are there for a reason. And it's not for you to run around and kill and stab and try to murder each other. Weapons are there to make sure that people that you vote and put them in power, they are also under the very same threat that you are when them having the power that they have. That is the reason why we have a Second Amendment. This is the reason why politicians have no right, nor the Supreme Court have any right to be telling you what you can and cannot have. And I do never in my life will understand why American citizens, some of them, are still on this concept of, oh, you shouldn't have access to certain weapons when you don't realize how irresponsible or how tyrannical the United States government can possibly be. The very same people, this is the biggest retarded part of this whole thing. The very same people that sit out there and say, oh, you don't need weapons for this and you don't need weapons for that and you don't need weapons for that, was running out there every day talking about Trump was going to be a dictator. Trump was going to be a big dictator. Trump was going to be a dictator. But why would you tell people not to have the best weapons possible to defend yourself from a possible dictator? This is why you say that conversations never make sense. They just pick up a subject that they get every morning and say, this is what we're running with. Because if I knew that a person was going to be a dictator, then I'm going to tell the people that you need to form a militia, organize, and make sure you're well prepared just in case he decided to become a dictator. This is why you knew they didn't know what they were talking about. They were just regurgitating something somebody gave them to say. Because nobody goes into if you go into a fight unprepared, that's on you. And then my thing is this, if you really believe that somebody was going to be a dictator, why wouldn't you not prepare for that? So if somebody's running from another country, why y'all not all organizing and getting together to take down dictatorship? It's most of the time, it's more y'all than it is of them, but yet y'all still afraid. It doesn't make sense to me. This is why I love America. Because we can form a militia. The citizens can. To fight back if the government decided to become tyrannical. That's why I don't vote for politicians that talking about gun control or limiting people's access to weapons. Because I know at that point, the minute it comes out your mouth, I know 100% you are a tyrannical politician. You are tyrannical. The only reason why you would want to limit people's access to firearms or weapons or anything else is so that you can control them because you're not giving up yours. And I agree. And that's real talk. I love America more than Puerto Rico. But Puerto Rico got some great food and great, gorgeous women. I've never been to Puerto Rico, so I wouldn't know. And I agree with you. And this is exactly what's been going on for far too long. And this is really why the Democrat Party is fighting so hard. It's because they're running out of money. They're running out of those resources they used to steal them. I ask this question for anybody on this live right now. And I'm going to always ask this question once in a while. The Clinton Foundation. Do you or anybody else know anybody else that has ever been helped by the Clinton Foundation? And I've asked that question so many times. Hillary Clinton said the most renowned thing, she said the Clinton Foundation is a renowned foundation, right? She said this when she was running up against Trump. So I'm saying if you're that renowned, like if I ask somebody, have anybody been helped by the Red Cross? More than likely, I'm going to find people that has been helped or know somebody that's been helped by the Red Cross. Like I got family members that have been helped by the Red Cross. But Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, I still haven't came across one person and probably the thousands and thousands of people that I asked these questions to and still never got one person that has been helped. We are in a dictatorship, but we should give up our guns to a dictator. Right. And this is where it wouldn't make sense. Listen, at the end of the day, if you say somebody's going to be a dictator and then you're going to say you're going to give up your weapons, then why would I give up my weapons if I know I'm under dictatorship? that goes to show you that they don't really believe that Trump was going to be a dictator. It was just them regurgitating something else, regurgitating something somebody else told them to say because they didn't know what they were talking about. It doesn't make sense. And then Trump is going around when he become president is trying to liberate the Second Amendment to put it back the way it was the original intent was, so that you freely be able to go and travel with your weapons. And why would a dictator do that? That don't even make sense. And I honestly, Joyce, that's not me. That's facts. Joyce. That's not even. I understand what you mean by you don't want to be mean, but in reality, that is if you take that as being mean, that's something wrong with you. That's just like letting somebody walk in your house and start eating your food and taking up your resources and doing all this taking up all your resources when in reality you didn't give them permission to do it. So I don't think that's mean. I think that's that common sense. You should never let somebody come to your country and start consuming and take up all your resources. That's real talk. Bro got the Bill Clinton haircut. Jonathan, thank you for being original. Meanwhile, Americans living in hotels. Meanwhile, we Americans live in hotels and motels can't even afford a home no more. And listen, I agree with that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. There is because they created a system, and this is where communism or socialism, whatever way you want to word it, comes into play. Whenever you have an unproductive society, it's collapsing. You can't have a society where you have everybody trying to look for a handout. Who's going to do the work? This is what I keep asking everybody. Somebody got to be willing to do the work. So when they start talking all this handout, or we want free this and we want free that, who's going to do it for free? So you want the rest of the world to do all the work so you sit back and do nothing and get it for free? No, it doesn't work that way. You want it, earn it. I had to. And I had to be okay with it. Helped by the Clinton Foundation. Oh, you know what? Joyce found one. Her daughter. Clinton's and them daughter. She was definitely helped by the Clinton Foundation, especially when she got married. That's the only person. So far, we got one person that's been helped by the Clinton Foundation, which is her daughter. And they spent millions of dollars on a wedding. This is the stuff that just makes me laugh every single time. And this is why a lot of these white liberals and these other liberals are always trying to spew the same stuff because they're taking taxpayers' money and paying them to go out there and protest. Because most of them, 95% of them don't even know what they're protesting. Well, if you go out there and you interview them, they be like, when you start to talk to them, you realize that they have no idea why they're out there. They just regurgitating something someone told them in a room building or online and said, we're going to pay you this, and this is what you're going to go out there and do. And they out there doing it and don't even know what they're doing. And that's real talk. No, I don't see I didn't see no picture of it. No, I can't even say that. Appreciate you for you subscribing. Real talk. Appreciate it. 3034. The last to fit kind. I guess I read that right. But I appreciate you subscribing. Yeah, that's it. I mean, and my thing is this: if they was that smart and if they was that intelligent and if they were that capable, why not do it in your own country? You know what I'm saying? It's like you in the house with somebody and they say, "Oh, I can fix the plumbing. I can fix this. I can fix that." Okay, but yet they don't know how to do it. And then you have to go pay somebody else to come in and do it. Why? Because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how to do it. So if they knew if they had all of this great knowledge and they such hard workers and they do all of this great work and they just so amazing at what they do, why are they coming here? Why aren't they doing all that amazing stuff in their own country? That's why it doesn't make sense to me. It's bullcrap. Wow. My sister is a white liberal. She's very hateful and unhinged and brainwashed. Well, just hug her. Pray for her, hug her, and don't hate. Don't become what she is. Just be who you are, and hopefully something change in her. I hope she wake up from that, because a lot of times people don't. Sometimes when, especially, I don't know how young she is, but a lot of time when they're young, they have that mentality. They've been brainwashed, and a lot of. I'll be honest with you. I hope they just shut all the schools down and just redo the whole thing, because that's a problem. The way that these school systems are trying to put these kids out here and they brainwashing them into protesting and ICE and stuff like that, to me is insane. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had kids today, they would never be. I would not be pushing my kids to go to school. I'm like, no, I don't want my kids to have no parts of that, because they're not teaching them anything. Why would I make my kid get up every single day, be inconvenienced every single day just to go to the school and not learn a goddamn thing? There is no way I would send my kid to public school. And I'm talking about the ones that I know and around me. I would never, ever be okay with my kids going to public school. I'm sorry. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm only speaking for myself. That's it. I can only speak for myself. If I had kids growing up right now and I see what's coming out of the public school, I'd be like, no, y'all might just stay home and be dumb. I'm not going to inconvenience you, have you get up every single day, go to a school just to come back home dumb again. And then go up and get up the next day and go to school and come back dumb again. And then get up the next day. Now we 2-3 years in this and you still coming back dumb. Why would I put my kid through that? No. If you're gonna be dumb, you're gonna stay home and be dumb. I'm not gonna send you out in the world to go to school and spend all that time there just to come back dumb again. At that point, something wrong with me as a parent. I'll figure something else out. I will have to homeschool my kids and teach my kids myself, 100%. Because kids should not be go to school for someone and come home with some of the thought patterns that they had. That's crazy. I appreciate it, Kentucky. Appreciate it very, very much. I like artwork. I like a whole lot of artwork. If you understand what I mean. Right. And that's common sense stuff. That is not even a political statement. That's common sense. Real talk, that's common sense. Oh yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I mean, like here's the thing: you don't learn how to do carpentry in school no more. You don't know how to do soldering and none of the great stuff that we learned when we went in school. You don't learn how to cook in school. You don't learn how to do nothing like that. They don't even know how to measure stuff. It's crazy how I don't know if they supposed to learn this stuff and they just not doing it. But this is crazy how the system, a lot of these kids are coming out to school, and it's just sad to watch. And it's like, man, this is what's going to be running the country. We are in trouble. I believe that school is a civil right. I mean, I agree that I don't care about people sending it. I just say, me personally, I wouldn't. That's crazy. And you know what, Joyce? You know me, and what that statement, I am 100% in agreement with that. Is that it don't make sense to me. Like, I would think that as a parent, I would be insane if I seen my kid coming home every day from school and they're not getting anything. Like, I understand within reason, but At some point, I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, because I'm gonna ask questions. I don't know about mom. I'm gonna ask questions. If you were like, listen, I was never one of those parents that was big on what I education like most parents are. What I look for is when my kid, like with my kids, is your comprehension skills, your knowledge of what's going on. And listen, my kids probably learned a lot from me. They probably didn't know anything from me, learn anything from me. Most of them learn. They're around me enough, they learn. Anybody around me, you're gonna learn. But I don't like the fact that what I see out of these kids and coming out of school. I just feel like, wow, they really don't teach them nothing. Let's pray for your family. Hopefully, a good future is coming. And listen, you got to pray for them, man. And I agree, pray for them. And after you pray for them some more. Freedom of religion. As long as we have a constitution, we're okay. I'm not Christian, and I never will be. Ain't nobody asking you to be one. But my thing is this: I don't believe in religion. So that's where we probably differ at, is that I'm a child of God. I believe in Jesus Christ as being my Lord and Savior. You can't put religion in the same context as a relationship. So for me, I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. He's real. He's more real than I am. So when you start talking about religion, I don't believe in religion. I think religion is man's way of trying to get to God. And relationship with Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ's way trying to get to you. That's the difference between what I believe and some other people believe. But, you know, you can believe whatever it is you choose to believe. Yup, Joyce. Girls brag about not being able to boil water, and boys brag about not being able to use a screwdriver. Can't turn a screwdriver. And I agree. This is how bad it's going. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is what's gonna happen with this two situation. I'm gonna stop right here for a minute. What Joyce said. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run the commercial, y'all, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're gonna go and Joyce made a statement right here, and I want to stick on this statement for a little while before we move on. But we're gonna run a 30-second commercial. Give me a second once I get there. And then I'll be right back in 30 seconds. So y'all hang in there.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Yeah, I'm back. And I wanted to address this issue right here, what she said, because I think there's a lot in that. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. And make sure y'all take advantage of that 15% off of all your top to bottom hair and skincare purchases on this channel. You can find the link. You spend $35 or more, you're going to get 15% discount, but you got to use the OG Network 26 promo code. That's OG Network 26 promo code. And as girls brag about not being able to boil water and boys can't turn a screwdriver. All right, so the reason why I wanted to go back to this conversation is because this is the start of the financial devastation that these people are going to end up in, right? The girls that can't boil water and the boys that can't turn a screwdriver. This is where they're going to become victim financially. Unless some miracle happened where they turn out to be rich. But here's why I'm saying that. When she say that girls can't boil water, that means that every time you eat, because you never learned how to cook, you're going to have to go out and have somebody cook it for you and pay a substantial amount of money to do it. And you got to do this on a regular basis because you refuse to learn how to cook. So therefore, your cost of living as it relates to food is going to be probably 30 to 40% more expensive than the average person that gets up and cook the majority of their food. It's just the way it is. So if you didn't learn how to cook, shame on you. And it's the same thing with the boys. If you don't know how to do some things mechanically, you are going to have to call someone and pay a lot more money every time something goes wrong. And guess what? It is. is man-made and it has flaws. It breaks down. It has problems. It has this. And if you don't adapt some type of technical ability in your brain and ability to fix stuff when it does break, you're going to pay every single person out there that knows how to do every single thing and you don't know how to do nothing. Why? Because you refuse to learn how to use a screwdriver and she refuses to learn how to cook. So imagine you got these two living together. The situation gets even worse. Why? Because you got one that can't cook and you got one that can't fix anything. So everything that they go out and work for, everybody else gets the money because they don't know how to do anything themselves. And that's just reality. But I just felt like I had to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more because I think that was a lot, even though it was a short statement. Yeah, it is sad to see what we're headed to. Technology has done more damage than good. Technology, I agree with that statement, but I'm going to add a little bit to it. Technology has done more damage than good, but I also think technology has allowed the wealthy to become more wealthy and the people and other people to become more dumb because now slightly every single little bit it keeps snipping away at your individual intellect, meaning people nowadays they can read a GPS map, but without technology, they don't know where they're at. If you hand the average person a compass or a paper map and tell them to find their way somewhere, they probably wouldn't know how to read the map. They wouldn't. They only know how to follow what the GPS say. And they think that they're smart because they can read the GPS and to tell you where to go. No, you're actually dumb. Because what's happening is without that technology, you don't know how to get where you're going. I'm one person that listen, I use GPS once in a while, but I will get lost first and find my way just because this is the way I am before I go use that GPS. Because especially if I run into a roadblock or some type of accident where I got a detour, I never put my GPS on because I know everybody else is going to do the same reaction. They're going to GPS and go another way. Nope, I go get lost. I turn off and go get lost, get further away from it as I can, and then I'm saying, all right, let me just see if I can, use my sense of direction to get me where I need to go. And if that does not work and I've exhausted all things, then I go to the GPS. And most of the time, the vast majority of the time, I find my way. But there's some times where I'm like, all right, I need help. I'm in Massachusetts. Our schools are awesome. So are the colleges. Well, that's great. I'm glad yours is. I know Pennsylvania, some parts it's atrocious. Is that an M4 on the wall? Nope, not an M4. One's 5.56, the other was 458 SOCOM. And I agree with that. When we prayed in the schools, we never had this. We never had this problem. It wasn't until they took prayer out of school that this started to escalate into what we see right now. Hey, man, listen. Salvation is for everybody. I went to church for the first time yesterday, and I believe now in Jesus and the Bible. Oh, God bless you. That's great. That's the best news I heard in a long time. I love it when somebody give their life to Christ. And I will suggest to you, and I don't know how deep you're gonna get into this, but just keep your walk with Christ, bro. It ain't gonna always be pretty. It ain't gonna always be easy. But one thing I can say is this: that for somebody who has been made 1,000 mistakes after I said yes, Lord, but Christ was always with me and never left me, and His presence has never left me, man. And in them tough times, and the great times and tough times, He's always been there. He's honored His word above His own name, and I am a living testament of that. If that helps any. In my experience so far as 53, Christians hate the Constitution. There's no way you, as a Christian, you can hate the Constitution, because if you read in the book of Deuteronomy, and if you read through all of the laws of the Leviticus, you start to see a lot of the Constitution similarities from the Bible. So there's no way, as a true child of Christ, can you hate the Constitution, because it actually falls in the United States Constitution has very strong similarities to all of the laws in the biblical laws. So that don't even make sense. Maybe you need a big Latino woman. I don't know who they talking to, but I'm assuming there's somebody else in there that they talking to. You see, that's blessing right there. I learned how to cook very young. I built a lot of furniture, hunting, fishing, shooting guns, etc. And that's what you're supposed to be. And that's same thing with me. I know how to cook. I know how to hunt. Even though I've never been hunting, I know how to. Why? Because I watched enough hunting to know what to do. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a professional hunter, but I know enough about hunting from all the education that I put myself through learning it to know how to hunt. Now I know I fish all the time. So if you've been on my channel, you see I go fishing a lot. So I know how to fish. Fishing ain't an issue about me. And hunting, it's a different story. But I like that. But as far as building furniture, I know how to build furniture. I know how to frame our houses. I know how to build houses. I know how to rough in plumbing, all that stuff. I know how to draft. I know all that stuff. I don't do it no more, but I know how to do it. Latinos don't have that problem. As again, I don't know who they talking to. Yeah, here's the thing, and you can't blame. Like he said, it's so true. The rich one is dumb. And I know he's extending from what I said, but you can't blame them. You can't blame the rich. That's not their fault. They have ambition. That's what they want. You got to blame the person that they choose to be the dummy. Because here's the thing: if you do what the rich do, you're probably gonna get what the rich get. But if you don't do what the rich do, you're gonna get what. If you do what the poor people do, you're gonna get what the poor people get. If you do what the rich people do, you're gonna get rich. Rich people invest their money. Poor people spend their money. See how obvious that is? When you get rid of all the hard-working immigrants, Americans need to get their lazy asses to work. My thing is this: if I'm gonna entertain this statement right here when it says get rid of all the hard-working immigrants. If immigrants were that hardworking, they wouldn't have to leave their country. They'll have the most productive country in the world if they was that hardworking. This is why that statement don't make sense to me. If I was an immigrant, if you had all these immigrants and they work that hard, why are they not working that hard in their own country? So that's right there is a false statement. If they work harder than Americans work, then their country would be better than America. Americans would be probably running to their country and they wouldn't be trying to run here. So don't tell me that they work harder than Americans. That's bullcrap. Because you won't leave a place where you got a bunch of hardworking people and they doing amazing things. They have the best place where possible. That don't even make sense. Queen Sack Love, good to see you in the building. God bless you. Hopefully all is well with you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I agree, Joyce. I think like that's why, honestly speaking, I guess I have I think I have a little like I find enjoyment in it. Like when I go somewhere and something happens and I get detoured off the highway or whatever I'm going, and I have no clue where I'm at. I don't know what that is, and I just get excited, like, oh shucks, we're gonna have excitement today. Some people get paranoid, they lose it, they lose control. I get excited. I be like, all right, it's time for me to. I'm getting ready to learn something different. That's usually my usual reaction is I'm getting ready to learn somewhere new. I'm getting ready to see some new stuff, and I might get lost, and I might get way off of my way. But whatever. But I enjoy it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's fun. especially if you prepared. How you say I hate the Constitution when I agree with the United States Constitution? Hi, Mr. OG. Christians hate religion, anyone, not them. I'll be honest with you. I don't see Christians out there trying to kill people because of what they believe. I don't see Christians out there trying to cut people's head off by what they believe. The only people I see doing that is Muslims. So what are you talking about? Muslims countries is the ones that kill people if they don't believe what they believe. You don't have no Christians out there showing hate because someone believes something that they don't believe. It's rare that you ever gonna find anything close to that. So that right there is an extremely false statement. And everybody that claim to be Christian don't mean that they're Christian. That's just a statement. They can want to, but it's up to you. Like Rich want to destroy the middle class and take all their money and make the wage gap bigger. That's not rich. That's Democrats. Honestly speaking, that's Democratic politicians that's doing that. The rich ain't got the power to do all of that. It's Democratic politicians that's trying to do that. Poor people don't got no money to spend. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. That's your choice. That's your choice. They hand me a Bible, I'm gonna be glad to read it. But that's your choice. You right there in that sense already displaying a level of anger. Because what did the Bible do to you? You already displayed. Like somebody hand me another Bible, I'm not going to throw it down and walk out and do all that. No. If somebody hand me a Quran, I'm just going to say I don't believe in that, so I'm not going to read it. So I'll just sit it somewhere and leave it there. Why would I go get violent and go commit a lawsuit? That's a matter of choice. See, when you come off like the way you made that statement and say I'm gonna file a lawsuit, people like you are the problem. See, because I don't care. Somebody hand me something I don't believe, I'm gonna say I don't believe it and move on. That's it. Immigrants are a net drain financially. Yes, they are. This guy has no any sense of reality, typical for Philadelphia. I was raised in a Democratic city. What do you want? Don't blame me. Blame the Democrats. This is what they produce. People like me. And it's not my fault you have comprehension. You lack comprehension skills, bro, because I don't think anything I'm saying is that hard to understand. Leah, how you doing? Didn't know you was in the building. God bless you. God bless you, Leah. Make sure you're hitting the make sure you're hitting the like button and the subscribe button. Appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you. Okay, Leah. Hopefully you're doing well in the family too. Yeah. I'm not mad. I just respect the Constitution that you hate. You don't even know what the Constitution is. Because here's the thing when you say that. First Amendment says the right freedom of speech, right? But then you're going to get mad. You're going to sit there and try to criticize Christians and say that and try to take away their right to freedom of speech and then disrespect their belief by throwing their Bible away as opposed on the ground and trying to sue them. That right there tells me you don't believe what you're saying. If you said you're going to try to sue somebody because they handed you a Bible, that means you're an extremist. As opposed to saying, I don't believe that, put the Bible down and move on with your life. That means you are an extremist. You hate Christianity or you hate people that believe in Christ. That's cool. I never hated what somebody else believing. I'm a child of Christ. I just say that's what you believe. I'll tell them in a minute, don't waste your time with me. The most precious thing you have in your life is your time. So don't waste your time with me trying to convince me other than my belief because I'm 100% full of the faith. So I tell you, go talk to somebody else because there's no point in wasting your time with me. I'm not going to give up what I have in Christ for anything in this world. So don't waste your time. Take that precious time that you have and to go spew it to someone else. That's okay. You don't have to spew it to me. I don't want you to waste your time because your time is your precious thing. Your time is your most valuable thing you have. Don't waste it on me because you're not going to get through to me. I'm telling you, you're not going to get through to me. So I'm going to let you go use your time to go use it, the effort to go to someone else. Don't waste it on me. That's all. I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to say, don't waste it on me. You're wasting your time with me. And you know what? They probably use the sun and stars for navigation, and that's probably what they did. And my thing is this: you can use it, and it works. Yeah, some people just got they had their ways about them, and the Bible forbids murder. I have to disagree with that. It depends on how you define. Well, murder, yeah, the Bible says thou shalt not kill. But what you got to understand is that um, when the Bible talks about killing, it's talking about when you just go to murder and kill somebody, and there's no reasoning behind your murdering and killing. Meaning that if I just go off and killing people, that's killing. But if someone is trying to kill me and I take their life first, that's justifiable biblically. There's nothing wrong with that biblically. People who are not Christians don't give it. Do you think I really don't care if they care about our religion? My thing is this: I can care less if somebody cared about my religion because I don't have a religion for them to care about. I keep telling people I don't believe in religion. I believe in relationship. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's not a religion. That's a relationship. You ain't got to. That's okay. At some point or another, we all gonna find out the truth that I already know. Right. And we do have false Christians. And we all gonna find out the truth that I already know. And my thing is this with the Jews, as it relates to Jews. This is my question to y'all. I always ask, this is the one thing that runs through my head all the time. If y'all don't believe that the Messiah has already came, why did y'all stop sacrificing? Why don't y'all sacrifice anymore? Why did y'all stop sacrificing that perfect lamb that God always provided that y'all haven't seen one in 2,000 years in it now, in over 2,000 years? So if y'all really believe that Jesus Christ was not the Messiah, and God every year provided the perfect lamb and sacrifice for your remission for sin and all the priesthoods and all of the things that they did ritual wise, why did y'all stop? That's the question I always seem to always have. What are y'all doing about y'all sin since y'all stopped getting a perfect lamb? Somebody answer that one for me. And this person is funny. They hilarious. I don't like I said, I don't have no hate. I'm just laughing because this is funny. I always ask the question. So let's see what my answer is. All right. Appreciate it. Like, hit that like button and subscribe button, y'all. Appreciate it. God bless you, Queen Sackclaw. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hopefully, all is well again with all y'all. So you fighting for Muslim, you fighting for Jews, you fight for everybody else, but you hate Christians. But you saying Christians hate y'all. I don't give a crap about Christians. I live in America. All right. My property tax paid for the school. You live in an apartment. Once again, that true nature comes out. My property tax paid for the school. You live in an apartment. Wow. I know they're not talking to me because I don't live in an apartment, but whatever. I don't know who they talking to. Do you have a half a million in real estate or do you live in an apartment? I don't know who they talking to. They ain't talking to me. All right, Queen, take care. Now, oh goodness. My guess is he doesn't pay property tax. My what are you talking about? Like, how do we get the property tax? Like, I own my property. Matter of fact, I have more than one property. I got tons of investments. I mean, not that that matters because that ain't got nothing to do with anything. How much money somebody has don't have anything to do with anyone. Property tax. Anyone pays property tax has representation in America, even if they don't like it. No, as a citizen, you have representation. What are you talking about? Yeah, now that was a point that I'm making. Yeah, I don't think this guy's paid property tax. No, I don't. If that makes you happy, I don't pay property taxes. Exactly. I'm an old Ronald Reagan conservative, just like to irritate rhinos. What's a rhino? No, you definitely ain't irritating rhinos because nobody's irritated. I just think it's hilarious. He wants government to come and save him. You clearly you don't watch my channel. This is probably your first time here. Because clearly you already don't watch my channel. Because the one thing I definitely don't want coming to save me is government. I don't take anything from government. So clearly you don't watch my channel. You don't watch my videos to say that. Oh, I don't think they're American. I just think they I don't know. I don't think they're American at all, but whatever. I don't hate Christians. Yeah, you hate them. You definitely hate them. You made all your statements prior to this one says you hate Christians. First of all, I'm not. Listen. First of all, I pay property tax, but here's the thing: I'm not okay with property taxes. I think it's a scam. It's a 100% scam. In America, property tax is a scam. It's a way for politicians to take your money and waste it on bullcrap because they don't do the job with the money that they're supposed to do. So when you start talking about taxation without representation, I don't need the government to represent me in anything. Give me all my money, and I can represent myself. Because unlike most people, I'm financially literate, and I know what I'm doing. And all these politicians that y'all keep getting wanting help from don't know what they're doing because they're out there the ones wasting all the money on stuff that they should not be wasting it on. But yet you want to keep paying them taxes, and yet they are taking your money and laundering it and doing what they want to do with the money. They're not doing the right thing with the money. What are they doing besides wasting the money and paying their cronies a big ton of money all the time you turn around? Every time you turn around, they paying their cronies. They hiring people and paying them more and more money out of the so-called property tax that they charging you. And because we sit back and we don't pay attention to what's going on, they're making these moves and they're not even considering. The city of Philadelphia is prime example of that. First of all, let me explain something to you. It depends on what county you live in. Because every county don't have a school tax, but every county does have a property tax. Some counties don't have, they have separate. Some have together. The city of Philadelphia don't have a school tax, they just have property tax. But once again, I don't agree with the school system in Philadelphia. But although I do pay taxes, and I am a property owner, just so you know. But I do not agree with the conditions of the school system. So therefore, I think they should not fund none of it. That's just my personal opinion because it sucks. And what they're one thing about me as an investor, I don't like investing in bad business. And what I see coming out of the school systems is not worth the investment anymore. So therefore, I wish, again, yeah, give me a second, Lee. I'm gonna send it. Yeah, y'all have to give me a second. I'm trying to get something situated here, but hang in there, y'all. Lee, I just sent it to you. Yeah, I just sent it to you, Leah. Um, this is hilarious. These people are funny. This guy is hilarious. Real talk, he's hilarious. First of all, I'm not a socialist, and I did not say it's free. I say it again. I don't like the way they spend my money. So my thing is this. So you're telling me that the Biden administration leaving billions of dollars worth of American military equipment is responsible? So you point out one little bit. I'm looking at the big picture. That's responsible. Unaccounted for money being laundered from state to state and city to city and given to illegal immigrants, that's responsible. See, my thing is this. All of these cities and stuff having all of these budget crises and can't make budget and want to keep raising taxes, that's responsible. Cutting the police department because they can't afford to keep it up, so they had to cut that staff and stuff, that's responsible. Meanwhile, there's potholes all over in the city, destruction, murder, killing, everything happening. And you want to give these people more money to do what? Be more irresponsible? Yeah, okay. You're talking to the wrong one. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to run a city because, again, they don't know what they're doing. How do you think the United States of America got into a $38 trillion deficit if these people were responsible with money? If these people, politicians, across the board, state to state, city to city, was responsible with spending money, how in the world do we end up with a $38 trillion deficit and you want to give them more to work with? See, that tells me that you're part of the crooked system. That tells me you're part of the system. You benefiting from it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a problem. And it still is. He said Philadelphia has been a shithole since the 90s. Philadelphia has been ran by Democrats since and probably 1970s. So now that explains to you how much of a shithole it is and why it's one. Because you got irresponsible politicians that don't know what to do with the money. All that money, not enough results. And you want to give them more in property taxes. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know he's a troll. I like trolls. Leah, bingo.
What's up?
What's up?
How
What's
are
up?
you?
I'm chilling like a villain, but I ain't no villain.
Yeah, like in old commercials. I'm telling you, I can't with this Jimmy guy. Now he's calling you a socialist, and like half of me thinks he's just a useless troll, which is likely
Yeah,
since he's
I know.
happy, seemingly he thinks he's got you upset. So I'm like, yeah, probably just a troll. Or perhaps he just doesn't understand words. Like the fact that he called you a rhino, and then the fact that he called you a socialist. I think maybe he's
Right.
just really low IQ.
Yeah.
Very low IQ individual.
Yeah. It don't even
Um,
make,
and
what he's saying doesn't even make sense.
right, none of it lines up. We're really
That's why
going
I
to pray
said
hard
you
for
can't
him.
possibly pay attention to my channel and think by any means that I'm a socialist because I don't. Every time you turn around, you hear me say I don't like government. I don't want government. I
Mhm.
want minimized government.
Mhm. And he's like, "Oh, I made him mad last time." Nah, nah, nah. And then I checked the channel activity and I see, I was like, "Oh, right, because you were trying to say ICE was literally trying to deport American citizens." Like, are you an idiot? What is wrong with you? But I see, and like I said in chat too, I see no bans, no timeouts. It's almost as if some conservative folks actually stand by the values they espouse, almost as if that happened on purpose or something.
Yeah.
Like, imagine.
Hey, look, some of these people, like I said, they to me is honestly is entertaining. That's all I take it as entertainment. Like when I see people coming here trying to troll, I look at it as entertainment because they don't really be knowing what they're talking about. I know that they don't really go through my channel. They don't really listen to what I'm saying. Because one thing I've
Mhm.
never been is a person that was and that wanted more government. I don't want more government. I want because I see how they function. Why would
I
I
know that's
want
right.
right? Why would I want more of a $38 trillion irresponsible people?
I know that's right.
That don't even make sense. It's like I look at it simplistically as if I have a child that I keep giving money to and they keep doing the wrong thing with it. I'm not gonna give them money because they can't handle it. That's just
Right,
common sense.
irresponsible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should not get more. So you learn how to handle what you already working with. You should not have access to more. No, you got to put
Yeah.
some
You cut
point.
off.
You got to cut it off. And every time you turn around, they keep making all these votes. Oh, we need to raise the debt ceiling. Why? What are y'all
Yeah.
doing? What the?
So we
How
can
can
send
you
it to
not pay your money?
Israel and
Right.
other places in the Middle East to fight these wars, and Ukraine and all these other places that have
It's
nothing to do with
all
American.
it's all across the board. Nothing but a scam. That's all it is. It's
Mm-hmm.
all a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scam. It's a
100%.
scam to keep scamming people out of money. My thing is just let me keep my money. Let the neighborhood, let the community keep their money. And guess what? The community got potholes that need to be fixed. They can go find their own contractors and pay their own
Mm-hmm.
contractors to do the work
I know
most
that's
of the
right.
time, and probably get it done more efficiently, faster, and cheaper.
Hmm. Well, the government always overbloats everything and spends more
Right.
money than it needs to, and
Well, we know what they
overcharges, and
do.
of course they have to disappear so they can launder.
Right. That's how they launder the money. Well, I need you to
Right,
write that contract at this amount, so and then I'm gonna need this off of that.
right. And this guy Jimmy was saying something about like rhinos being dependent on government. Like, are you stupid? Real conservatives, and here's the thing: I think at some point we have to delineate, although a lot of people don't these days, like
Right.
conservatives and Republicans, because I
Right.
feel like there are people who hold to conservative values, and then there's like the pro-Trump, MAGA kind of I don't
Right.
want to say extremists because they're not extreme, but they're just more on the extreme side, just like
Right.
wokeism is the extreme side of the left.
Right.
The MAGA Republicans are kind of the quote unquote extreme, as in, their
Yeah.
rhetoric, etc. Not as in
Right.
violent, because that's the left, obviously, but
Yeah.
they're
They
the
never.
more extreme side of that.
Yeah.
Republicans,
Never.
they're just like,
More extreme. They got their flags. They make it more extremely known that they support. Um,
right, right.
which I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like I don't see that part. I don't see nothing wrong with. But for a person like
Unless it's
me,
to the point where you can't call him out for something he did wrong, then
yeah,
I see something wrong.
right. But for me, right, that's what I mean. Like for me, it's like like I support Trump. I campaign for Trump, but I'm not. I can't. I'll criticize him if I need to criticize him too. I don't care.
Hmm. He
It's
can
not.
get the
I
smoke.
always tell people. I said if you took Trump out the equation and put someone else there, but left the same policies for the most part, that person would have my vote. It has nothing to do with him.
Right.
It's
Right.
it's,
And if you
it's
took anybody else out and put somebody like Kamala in charge and had these same policies, the left would be all over it too. We would be
right.
unified because the only
They'll be
reason they
unified.
don't support what he's doing is because he's Trump.
Right, because it's Trump. And my thing is this is that and my thing he have shown from the first his first 4 years that he's pretty much a man of his word. So I'm gonna go rock with that. He gonna try his darndest to do what he campaigned on. And he has been doing it for the most part. Do
Yeah.
I agree with everything he
Yeah.
do? I mean, I'm gonna say by about 95%.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you're happy with your vote. I'm happy and unhappy, and on my own channel, I've criticized him for my own issues, if you will. I still think, regardless,
Right,
that we're better off than we ever would have been under
right,
Kamala. Ten
right.
thousand
And
percent. I
my
have
thing is
absolutely no question.
I'm a very patient person. Like I don't like sometimes we have a tendency to want instant results. I'm realistic,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll look at what's being done and how fast it's getting done. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When he was running, I kept saying to people, like, not on live but just in private, like, I'm saying, there's no way he's gonna be able to do all that. I said
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot that he's talking about. There's no way he's gonna be able to do all that.
He's ambitious.
Right. He's extremely ambitious. I said, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if I can get if I can get A, B, C, D, I had my list of things that I personally wanted to see results of, and I got that part. The biggest thing for me was the border. I kid you not, that turned out to be one of the biggest deals for me. Is I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted all that immigration, illegal immigration, all that stuff to stop. I was at the point where I don't even want nobody immigrating over here until we get a handle on it.
That's
And
how it
then
should be. We should just walk down the border, put it all to an end. Let's figure it out. I don't care how that sounds. I know Jimmy's gonna get real, real mad, and I don't give a damn.
now,
If you have a dinner party that you have planned for your family, right,
mhm,
and you know that it's coming up in 2 weeks, and then it comes to the weekend of, or the weekend right before, say it's on a Monday, and your sister-in-law calls you and says, "Hey, I have an engagement party tomorrow. I need to clean my house because it's a wreck." Do you go clean her house first, or do you clean your own house first? Like, this is common sense, things that we've
right,
known since we were toddlers, and then all of a
right,
sudden we forget it because we are the bleeding heart of the world as
right,
Americans.
right, exactly. But again, it's only been so far that, and listen, if you did not reverse course, it's
Right.
already extremely bad. It was just going to get extremely worse.
Yeah.
At some
Yeah.
point, you had to stop. At some point, you had to
And then
reverse it, and I'm glad we
yeah.
did when we did. I wish it was sooner, but I'm glad we did when we did.
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree, and I completely support ICE. I don't completely support every single action they've ever taken. Just like I support the police generally, I want to have a lawful state and
Right,
community, and also just country generally. However, when police are corrupt, I call them out because there's one bad apple can ruin the bunch, and blah blah blah. There are terrible people that are ICE agents. There's terrible people that are immigrants and
yep,
pastors and everything else. Terrible people are terrible people, period. But I
yep.
support the idea of ICE and what they're trying to do.
And what
And
they're trying to do,
somebody has to at some point say,
I said, to understand, you got to understand, they're gonna make some mistakes.
mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is. ICE is going to make some mistakes.
Especially when
Okay,
people are harassing them and filming them 24
right.
7.
Hang in there, Lee. I'm gonna run a commercial. We'll be right back.
All right.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And we're back. And we're back.
So
But
far,
yeah,
it got chemicals in it. It'll probably kill you. It gets me every time.
I know. I mean, he did a heck of a job with that commercial, though. But it's just the way he put it on. I always laugh at it. I'll be back there lip talking it in the background.
No, he did do a great job.
Yeah.
He sure did.
What this person said, I support ICE, but I don't support killing Americans. This is where
Well, I don't support Americans acting a damn fool either.
like I don't support ICE is not out there looking for American citizens to kill. They're not out there doing
Mm-hmm.
it. Now,
Right.
because American citizens listen to out there and harassing police
Mm-hmm.
officers, ICE agents that has weapons and getting in the way of them doing their job, stuff like that is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is this: if you walk up on a police crime scene, on the police, and they're in the middle of handling some situation, and you jump in the middle of that, that's your fault. The police
Yep.
got guns, they got weapons, and you never gonna be able to take away the human factor in there because they still human beings. And if they feel as though their life is gonna be on the line, something bad's gonna come out of that altogether. How about just stay out the way? And the thing the thing that bugs me the most is they don't even care why ICE is there.
Right,
They don't
including to get like child abusers and things.
they don't
Like,
they're there to get a child abuser, a rapist who killed, murdered. They there to get all types of bad people. They don't care about that part. They
no.
always trying to protest ICE, but they never talk about what ICE, whose ICE is there for, who they picking
Oh
up,
my god.
who they looking for. The 13-year-old kid that's being raped by one of these people. They don't, and then here's the thing: they don't even protest when illegal immigrants killing Americans. This person made the statement, "I support ICE, but I don't support ICE killing people." But they never get on here and say, "I don't, I have a problem with illegal immigrants killing Americans." Illegal immigrants killed by far way more Americans than ICE ever did. Am I right? Exactly.
Oh, you're wrong. That one day that I did my little presentation on ICE.
Right. Oh, we lost him. Should be back. So they always talking about ICE. Leah be back. Hopefully, it's probably lost her signal. But they always talking about ICE, but they never talk about what these illegal immigrants do. Welcome back.
I'm sorry, I had a moment.
That's cool. But
But
again,
yeah,
they
I did
always.
my little presentation on ICE, and I went through like, I think 28 cases that happened just in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So you're completely correct.
Yeah. So my thing is this: is that, and why don't when one of these illegal immigrants killing American citizens, why they never protest that?
Right, of course not, because they can't virtue signal off of it.
Exactly.
That's why.
Right. So if you're going to start talking and stuff, you can't say you support and care about American people when American people die and ICE comes to get the people that's doing it and try to get them out of here or hold them accountable for what they did. Which again, you're not making sense. You either support Americans or you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? And
right.
listen, ICE is going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. That's just the way things are. But where is it when these illegal immigrants? I mean, the one story just like it threw me off when the black girl that they killed and threw her over a bridge.
Hmm.
And you mean to tell me that is not y'all have no sympathy for that, right? But y'all
Because
got
they don't
sympathy.
really care about their fellow Americans.
They don't. They
They
just
don't, because they think we're hateful and terrible.
they just looking for anything that they can complain about. It's they're hate for one person, which is Trump. It has nothing to do with anything else. They just
Yeah.
paid to hate Trump. They all paid players. They
Well,
just
and you
paid.
have this whole side of the political aisle, the left, literally not just like citizens or even pundits, but actual newscasters and congressmen and women and sheriffs of entire towns, sanctuary cities, of course, that are telling U.S. citizens to fight ICE repeatedly, even after Renee Good, even after Alex Petty. They're still telling them to resist ICE. Like,
Right.
you're using your own people as cannon fodder at this point.
Being a melanated person, I find it to be appalling that these cities are doing that. You mean to tell me all of this old descended from slavery, we fought for our freedom and all this other stuff. You want to set all of that stuff aside for birthright citizens, which was for descendants of slaves who fought for that, right? And you want
Right.
to hand it over to people that never had nothing to do with it.
Who hate America, who
Who
fly
hate
their own flag and burn American flags.
right? Who hate America? You mean to tell me all of that fighting that melanated black people in this country did going to war and everything to get that birthright citizenship, which was supported by the Republican Party, by the way, not Democrats. Again, once again, you want to give someone else that that right that did in a country that right that they did not earn. They're not fighting for.
Well, people like Jimmy are like that.
Huh?
Sorry, I would just say people. It's people like Jimmy that have that kind of attitude. It's like I said earlier. It's not that they want equality, quote unquote. They want special privileges.
Right. They want special privileges, and and like I said, you don't care about Americans. You care about that. These type of people gets on my nerves because what they'll do is They say one thing and then they switch up and say something else, and they don't even realize that they what is the word that I'm looking for? Double talking themselves. You on both sides.
Contradicting. You're contradicting.
You're contradicting yourself. That's the word I'm looking for. Contradict. You're contradicting yourself because you're saying like the Trump dictator, right? But then you're telling people to put down their weapons. You shouldn't have these weapons. So why would if you saying to me it's going to be a dictator, why wouldn't I have a then you don't telling me not to have a right to defend myself from the person y'all saying is going to be a dictator? You're not making sense.
Right.
How do you deal with dictators?
You overthrow them.
Right.
Take care of them.
Right. You gear up, get weapons, the best weapons possible, and you overthrow the dictatorship. So how in the world do you deal with it? Why would I listen? Y'all not making no sense at all when y'all say this stuff.
And they historically don't. I mean, you've got to think the left, especially the ideological woke left, does nothing but consistently contradict themselves. It's like, oh, and show their true colors, right? Like they love to virtue signal, yet they show their like tampered kind of undercover racism with statements like we can't support voter ID because it disenfranchises Black people. Well, why would that be? It sure seems to me like you are asserting within that statement, like a logical entailment would be of that statement. You don't think Black people can go to the DMV to get a driver's license? Like, really? That's what you think about Black people? Okay. Like, or that if we get rid of the immigrants.
Let's be real. Let's be real about that. They think, and them group of people always think that Black people, this is the thing that gets under my skin, especially being melanated in this country, is that you think so little intellectually of Black people that we need you to come rescue us.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying, Lee? Like, what makes 100%. You think we need y'all to come rescue us? We didn't ask y'all. Right. Like, first of all, I never needed you. I can do it myself. I've always done it myself. What are you talking about? Now, here's the crazy part, right? Let's go to the voter ID situation, right? And ride with me on this one, Leah, because I don't know if you thought about this or not, right? So they say that Black people don't know how to get ID, right? Ain't that what they say?
Yeah, it disenfranchises Black people.
Right? All right, so how long they been saying this same stupid statement?
For decades. At least 14, 15.
Okay, so now what is their solution to that?
No voter ID for anybody.
But they still need ID, right? To do other stuff, right?
Right, exactly. Right.
So again, if you say this, what is your solution to make sure that all Black people have ID?
Not to help them, which would be logical. That's not what it is.
Okay, if I really believe, this is just me thinking, you know how I think. This is just me. If I really believe that Black people have a hard time getting ID, right? Now, usually you go get ID when you get your driver's license at 16, if you get it at 16 or whatever age you get it at, right? So this will be my solution. If this will be my solution, if I thought, in fact, this was a real thing. Every single citizen in the United States, the first time you go get your driver's license is 100% on the government.
Hey, there you go.
How easy that was?
Bam, solution. Problem solved. Problem solved.
How easy that is to fix.
Amazing. Or even just help. Programs,
to make sure that you have vote ID, right? The first one, driver's license, is 100% on the government.
And it would still be cheaper than all these programs to make sure people are voting.
That way you never have to worry about anybody having ID. First one, you go get ID, it's on the United States government, we pay for it. And then you have to pay for like the renewal fees and all the other stuff. Anytime you have to get it renewed and stuff, that's on you. But to make sure that every single citizen in the United States have ID, regardless of color, if you're a citizen, your first ID driver's license, the cost of it is 100% on the government.
Amazing.
See how easy that is? Fixed.
So easy. Bam. Just like that.
Bam. If you really believe that, you ain't got to argue with Trump. You can say, oh, no,
but they don't try to do that. They just say nobody has to have an ID. Well, that's strange because it seems an awful lot like that would be a great way to have people that naturally wouldn't have an ID, like, gee, I don't know, illegal immigrants, to be able to vote.
So they can cheat. That's it.
Right.
So I had somebody argue with me and tell me that that's not happening, right? I said, yes,
Oh,
it is.
Lord.
I said, let me explain to you how I know that they're actually voting in our system. I said, this is not coming from nobody else. I said, when I went down to the DMV to renew my driver's license, you know what they asked me?
If you're legal.
Register to vote
Mm,
at the DMV.
right.
All right, so if I
Right.
go in there as an illegal immigrant, but I have ID because they gave them the ID, right?
Right.
Then if they ask me, do I want to register to vote? Then
And you
what
say,
do I do?
yeah.
I say yes.
Then they're going to help you. They're going to help
Register
you
to vote.
register to vote.
ID to do it. Now I saw this happening in my own eyes. I'm not speculating this because I'm watching it happen in my own. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't ask me for no passport. They didn't ask me the proof of citizenship. They went straight off my ID
Yep.
at the DMV.
Because that's convenient. That's how they've been trained.
Right. So you can't sit there and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Well, heck,
So
it's like me. I watch buses get bussed in, like immigrants get bussed in to my city and my neighboring city. And I watched as DHS workers met them as they got off the bus, put them up in hotels, and gave them EBT cards, like working EBT cards. And like they had translators and they told them they would call them about their housing because they were automatically signed up for like government housing, Section 8. Literally right there, first thing they stepped off the bus. Like, this was not the first time they did this. I promise. You know what I mean? It was a whole operation.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
people
just
could say,
laughing at Joyce's statement. I'm laughing at Joyce's comment. She said you need voter ID to volunteer to shovel snow in New York.
"Oh my gosh, wonderful, goodness gracious."
Yeah,
Well, but it's like I did want to touch on something that crazy Jimmy said, and I almost forgot. He was talking about freedom of religion, and this is something I find that a lot of God-hating, Christian-hating people bring up, right? Like him, which he is. He's a God-hating, Christian-hating, conservative-hating person, and I find it really strange because people bring up this whole like, oh, we have the freedom of religion, we have the freedom to worship, and that's how it was meant to be, as if the founders, the Christian conservative founders of our country, ever had it in their mind that that freedom of religion would then mean one day that they would have, Muslim mosques across the street from a church. Right. As if that was really what was in their mind when they wrote that. And in fact, I mean, you can look at many of what's the word I'm thinking? Not the Jefferson Papers and the Gettysburg Address. You can look at all of these historical documents and speeches that a lot of these actual elected leaders gave at the time. And you can see that with these amendments and with these constitutional ideals, their real purpose was to ensure that the conservative part, which is Christian, would not be infringed upon. It's not to say we have freedom of religion so that people can take over that are, say, Muslim, right? It's to say that Muslims can't come over and make it a Muslim country just with a sweeping wand. That's why they enshrined it in the Constitution. For people to pretend like that was put in the Constitution so that Muslims and anybody, we'll just say anyone that is religious of any kind, right, could practice their religion and then somehow encroach upon the normal enjoyment of American citizens, or even things like school activities, which is one thing he mentioned, is insane. They literally did that to preserve the Christian heart of the country, to make sure nobody else could just overthrow it by, say, presidential decree, just like that. So this whole idea of like, oh, but we have freedom of religion for exactly this purpose is such disingenuous bullshit, to just be quite frank. I'm really sick of hearing it. Like, we all surely know that's not the case, right?
Oh, wow. Now, I was reading Joyce. I heard you, but Joyce's daughter rode away from here. She's not that far from, her watch hours aren't that far from being monetized.
Oh, what's her channel?
A World Away from Here in '95.
Oh, the one in the chat?
Not Joyce or no, her daughter. A World Away.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, A World Away from.
Tell
You
her to
might
drop it.
though. You might already be following her, Leah, because she's been there for a while. But she's the one that does.
That's amazing.
It's like she does a lot of music collaborations.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and I mean I follow it. I got actually, you know what? If you can't find it, if you go to mine and you look on my playlist of relaxing, that's all from her channel.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll find it. So I'll make sure I'll subscribe.
Yeah,
And I'll
you
give her
go
some
to
watch.
my channel, and you'll see there's a playlist that says relaxing and it's public. If you go there, it's from her channel, and all you have to do is click it there, and you'll be right.
Okay.
You'll be right there. But she's been. I know she's over 700 subscribers. She's like 740 something subscribers. But I was the watch hours. I know how hard the watch hours is. That's like,
Yeah, that's the rough part.
yeah, that's the rough part. And the funny thing is, I was going through a rough spell trying to get the watch hours, and then it just catapulted. And now watch hours is far from a problem for me right now.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's like you're struggling, and then bam.
Yeah.
All over it.
So like right now, and I'm like, kid you not, I'm at like 40,000 watch hours.
Look at you.
Right. So,
Goodness.
yeah, but it took a lot. It took a lot, but and then, like I said, I'm glad I kind of did a detox with a lot of the politics. I'm never going to 100% get away with it because it affects my investments, and I need to talk about it. Tie things together. But of course, as you see, I started taking a little bit of more of a different direction with the channel, which is where I intended originally anyway.
Well, and it's, it gets people really, really worked up, but I think it's important because it also affects these issues of their time. Like, I really hate it when people say silly shit like, can we not make abortion political? That's like, when people say that, I just want to like smack them right across the face. I'm like, can we not make abortion like one of the most politically charged things of our time? Can we just not make that the truth? Like, I don't know what you're asking me right now.
Right.
But it's just crazy to me.
She put her channel in the chat.
Awesome. I will check it out.
Yeah, but if you like I said, you don't get it there, A World Away from Here. Like I said, I have a playlist on my channel that's all her. It's all her stuff from her page is on that one playlist, and so if you don't find it there, you'll be able to go to my channel and click it, and then you can get right to her page from there. But yeah, I'm so glad, man. I love it when I see like the other YouTubers, like the whole YouTube fan. We can't always be there every single thing we're doing individually wise, but we try to support each other as much as we can, man. I love it when I see people getting close and they finally gold and stuff like that. I mean, it's great to see. Like I watch everybody's videos. They don't realize it, but I'm in the background. I'm watching. I go to everybody's channels and I watch what they're doing, watch what they're doing. I watch. Like I let it run through the whole video because I know how hard it is to get your watch hours up. So that's my total.
It means a lot. And it means a lot to people to have the support.
It's a work. It's a lot of work, and to try to get the place is a lot of work. So it was easier for me. I went to with hers. I just created a playlist, and then when I'm in my room and when I'm doing something, I just put the playlist on. That way, I can listen to what she made and do it. But that's when I'm like, fooling around, cleaning my firearms and stuff like that, or whatever.
Yeah.
It works. That's why I created the playlist for myself because it's not. Some of it is a little harder music, softer music. It's kind of a good mix the way she does it. So it kind of works.
I always suggest people, like, I know all of us, almost all of us at least, everybody I know has more than one device, right? We all have like 2 phones, 3 phones, a phone, a laptop, a phone, a desktop, and a laptop, etc. And so I tell people, like, hey, if you're trying to like help your friend get their watch hours, just put either a playlist of their stuff or a couple of their lives on and just let them run through on another device that you're not using. Like, engagement also helps. Don't get me wrong. Like being in the live stream and commenting also does a great deal and liking. But sometimes I'm too busy to do much more than that. And so I
Right.
might come in and I might say hi and then I'm gone because I'm going to pick kids up or whatever. But
And we
those
all got
lunch
lives
hours
to
could
live.
come from anything.
And we all
Right.
got individual lives. So I get it. I mean, that's why I don't expect people to be there 100%. And I try to be there as much as I can for other people. There's nothing you can do about that. You just, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
support whatever. If you got 5 minutes to watch, use the 5 minutes to watch. If you got a device that you can run it, run it. I mean, I go to everybody's like, I'll run it and run it and run it. I got this, especially this one thing. I'm surprised that thing still works.
I know I have an old phone like that too.
I'm like,
So
man,
funny.
this thing is it get abused. I come in here and see who I'm playing and put somebody else, get them a couple of hours. But
Yeah, I was running with a whole crowd on YouTube that I've kind
all
of
right,
backed
34.
away
God bless you. Appreciate your support. Say that again, Lee. I'm sorry. I was
from.
trying to.
Oh, no, you're good. No, I was just saying, like, I was kind of running with this YouTube crowd, a couple months back, and I've kind of changed up the entire quote unquote crowd I'm running with. Not because there's anything wrong with the people I was hanging around with in particular. It's just I'm trying to go a different direction, both in like my journey in life generally, like I'm trying to surround myself with more positive spiritual people and
Yeah,
less,
rhetoric.
just not that. Like I don't want to be insulting to anybody because it's not anything that's like wrong with anyone. It's just that it's preference. Like I'd rather be around people that uplift my journey with God and the things I'm trying to do in life generally that make me want to be better, better mom, a better partner, etc. And a lot of people get really, really upset with me if like I happen to pop into a live or I say I'm on somebody else's live and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you haven't been here in forever." I'm like, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like, there's been a lot going on, which is true. That's also true. I've had a lot going on these past couple months. But, it's like a lot of people, you make YouTube friends with them and they feel somehow obligated to your time and your attention.
Now,
And those are some of the biggest commodities.
I understand. I don't never take it that way. I just like, we all know I know everybody got lives. I mean, and I get it. I got a life. I got a life outside of YouTube that is hectic sometimes. So I
Oh,
understand.
yeah.
So that's why I appreciate so much. If somebody spend a minute here, 30 seconds, or 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I appreciate every bit of it because you know what I mean? Everybody don't have the time. I'll be just happy to see certain people when they show up. Like when you show up, like, hey, what's up, Leah? You know what I mean? Like, because we haven't seen a person in a while. But I never feel no kind of way because they're not there. They got a lot. They got kids, family, all types of stuff going on in their life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
We
I
all
got,
busy.
yeah, we all busy. And then on top of that, if you're somebody that's actually trying to do YouTube too, that's even worse.
Yeah, because it's a
Yeah,
lot. You try to always get, your watch hours and do your lives and all this other stuff.
right.
I got to
It's a
get
lot.
more
It's
time.
it's not easy. YouTube is not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody say. I know how long I've been like when I finally decided I was gonna actually do it on a regular basis. It's not easy. So if for
No.
those that are on the live, please support the person. If they really, really, if they doing it and they serious about it, please do your best to try to support them as much as you can because it is not easy at all.
Yeah, you're right. It's very uh, time consuming, like energy consuming. I feel like we got to support the people that we agree with for sure.
Yeah.
Go outside, baby. And it's very go on, go out. Sorry, my puppy didn't know what she was.
Over here we have a large YouTube family. It's a lot of us. Sometimes I forget the names because it's just so.
Right?
But again, and I try my best and I try to go look for certain people that I know I see on my channel on a regular basis that are part of the YouTube family that I kind of see like the core people. I try to watch their stuff, play their stuff, run their stuff. I do it all the time as much as I can. I'll be mad when I forget. I'm like, oh man, I forgot this. Oh man, I forgot that.
No, you're super supportive. You're always sharing everybody out and coming into support of the live streams. You're very supportive.
Now, as far
YouTube
as
brand.
like world away from here 95, she probably get the most because when I'm in my vehicle, I'm listening to a lot of her music because it's also in other playlists that I have.
Right.
And the funny thing is,
Yeah.
I had to go meet my son, and this before we get off because I'm gonna be ready to shut down the live. But I was with my son, and I was playing one of them. He was like, "Dad, what's that? What? I never heard that before." And I was like, "Oh, my." And I had to explain to him where the music came from, and he was like, "Well, you need to send me that because I need to find out." And I went home and I kind of forgot, and he texted me. He was like, Dad, send me the music." And I was like, oh, "Okay, cool, I forgot. I'm sorry." And I sent it to him. He was like, "Oh man," because he liked the one song I was playing. I got on my playlist, but like I said, some, you know what I mean. That's how I do it now. She probably get the most because I might have it home, but then I'll be in my car if I'm in my vehicle listening. I listen to a lot of it. Not every song that I listen to is, but it would just. That's how we can support each other. Like I try to get on everybody's live when I can. I mean, but
No, yeah. Like I said, you're one of the most supportive YouTube friends. Nobody can ever accuse you of not being a supportive YouTube friend, for sure.
It's hard, but I try my best.
Well, I know everybody appreciates you.
Yeah, I try. I mean, I know how hard it is. I mean, I've been doing it for a while, and don't get me wrong. I thank God that I got where I'm at, but I understand how hard it is, and that's why I try to support as much as I can, especially in the beginning where a person is really, really trying. It's hard. Now, once they kind of reach some goals, and you can say, okay, I don't have to focus as hard as when because they reach there, and I can take that time and allocate it to someone that's still trying to get there. Now if you're there, you can maintain what you did. Like that's why it doesn't really bother with me when I see people because it's like I'd rather they take the time. I appreciate their support, but also support some of the other ones that's trying to get there more so because that's where it's hard for them to get there. And I know the process. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you're definitely one of the more supportive friends. I know all of us appreciate your support and whatnot. Sorry, I'm cleaning.
But I know you haven't been as busy as you used to be on there, but we'll see when you come back and start putting in the work again. You know, we'll be here.
I'm gonna start being more consistent. It was like I made this whole decision, like I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna schedule the streams. I'm gonna get serious, and then like one thing after another happens. We're sick. Oh my gosh! Like we've been sick. I think 5 times since Thanksgiving, and I mean like sick. We had the flu, we had strep, we had bronchitis. I got pneumonia. Like we all had ear infection. We had 2 tummy viruses. It's been one thing after another.
I've been going through the same thing, but I just haven't been that sick where like if you listen to me, I'm still sick. I'm just having I haven't been sick where it shut me down, but I've been having lingering, and then the job that I do makes it even worse because I'm in the cold a lot and it's hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So it's just even worse. Yeah, but
see, if my kids were older and they didn't require quite as much attention, it would definitely be a lot easier. Like it's a lot easier for me to stream in like the mornings when they're not here because I don't ever show them on camera. I'm super paranoid about that. But it's like, the minute they get home, I'm theirs. They have me. They have my undivided attention. So makes things more difficult, but I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm not gonna prioritize any channel, including my own, over my kids. So
I agree with you. I wouldn't either. I'm
right.
Mine's of course are grown, so I don't have to I'm not dealing with babies like that.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier. Yeah. For those that are on the live, we appreciate y'all. Lee, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate the donation. Real talk. I mean, I'm extremely grateful. I appreciate it very, very much. But you always welcome, you know what I mean, to powwow with us, man. The door's always open for you whenever you got time. I know you're busy or whatever case may be. But I know, I mean, some of these subjects that we have, you have a passion for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll talk abortion one day and make everybody really mad.
Definitely. Piss half the audience off. Kill those babies.
The people really show their demonic nature when you talk about abortion. The things people will defend when it comes to abortion is so wild.
Yeah. How do you justify wanting to off babies? I mean, it just don't make sense. We definitely gonna have to do that conversation again one day. When you got time, it's no rush. I mean, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll do it for sure.
But for everybody that's still on the live, appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Leah, I appreciate you being on the live. I'm sorry. And for those that are on the live, outside of any and everything that we talk about, in my opinion, a relationship with Jesus Christ is the number one thing that you could do and benefit to your life. Is that is salvation is free and it's for every single person. Whether you agree with me or not, that's one thing. But we all need Christ, and in my opinion, y'all all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm getting ready to get out of here, and y'all have a blessed day. And I'm out of here. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.